I have a reaction to that. Stay tuned.
Many of you in this chamber and my predecessor are promising to pass a national ban on reproductive freedom. My God, what freedom else would you take away? Look, it's a decision to overturn Roe v. Wade. The Supreme Court majority wrote the following, and with all due respect, justices, women are not without electoral power. Electoral or political power. You're about to realize just how much you're right about that. Clearly. Those bragging about overturning Roe v. Wade have no clue about the power of women. But they found out when reproductive freedom was on the ballot. We won in 2022.
Brothers and sisters, oh my goodness. The decorum coming from our president, well, I got to call him President Biden, is a disgrace. Threatening right in front of him the 9 justices like he did is a disgrace. And then all those members of Congress that stood applauding, shame on them too. The Supreme Court justices are supposed to be well respected, not threatened. Oh, and let's not forget the death threat to Justice Kavanaugh. And let's not forget the protests at their homes, and President Biden and the DOJ did nothing, absolutely nothing. And guess what? We have laws on our books already saying it's against the law to picket a Supreme Court justice, and yet, they just sat and ignored the whole thing. But now, as part of the State of the Union address, to threaten them? First of all, let's just have a quick review. All they did was look at Roe v. Wade, and actually they weren't looking at Roe v. Wade. They were looking at the Dobbs case about a 15-week ban. And of course, the lower court was saying, this is not legal, you can't have this ban. And then they looked at it because they had to, Planned Parenthood versus Casey and also Roe v. Wade. First of all, here's a little fact. President Biden, did you know one of your favorite justices that passed away not long ago, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, even she, as pro-abortion champion as she was, said Roe was wrongly structured. And she said it was standing on very weak, shallow ground. And even she was fearful it would be overturned because it was bad decision by the justices at that time. First of all, it was decided based on the fact that they were using some history professor out, I think, in California. But there was no evidence of abortion in the history of the United States. That's what you're supposed to base it on. And I researched that for one of my books. So what President Biden did was a disgrace to the office of the President of the United States to publicly threaten our Supreme Court justices. And brothers and sisters, if I was you, I'd make sure that my vote in November is to get rid of him, vote him out of office. Because right now, that's a disgrace. And threatening a justice, you're not supposed to do that. So we're in a sad time here in our country. And you know what? You know what you could do? When you get upset like I get upset, action. Make sure you're registered to vote. Go to checkyourvoterregistration.com and let's get rid of the tyranny in our country now. Thank you.